And next time, the story of Messi. Welcome to Puro Pinche Sports. Why did I hear myself?
Add it to the effect.
I know, right? What's going on, guys? I'm your host, Jose Garza, alongside my elite panel this week on the week of Christmas. Happy holidays, guys. Alex is here with his internet connection. Marco's here. Happy birthday to
Already
Fool. And
dying of
Trigger
the
Trey Parker, dashing as ever.
Come on.
What's going on, guys?
Nothing much, man.
Going on,
Come
buddy?
in, just ready for these holidays, bro. Work,
Dude, I
tired.
hear you, man.
Yep.
Just it's been a busy week because the holidays are coming in. I hope y'all are staying safe. The travels, the winter freezes. If you're gonna go outside, meteorologist Marco's got you. He will let you know if it's safe to go out there. If not, you're gonna fall on your face and bust some teeth. That's all I gotta say.
Yep.
But anyways, speaking of busting teeth, the World Cup final has finally come through, and some teeth were knocked off. Mainly the French, because they're very heartbroken right now. But Messi has finally done it, ladies and gentlemen. Lionel Messi is your World Cup champion alongside Argentina. But still, the GOAT. It's established, Marco. I want to see you and your face. It's established. There no longer can you deny it. Go Messi! Ole, 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 ole.
That's Mexican.
I don't give a fuck.
All right.
So I was shouting whenever he was scoring goals on the French. That's what I was shouting
Yeah,
whenever
dude.
he won the penalties. Marco, let me get your reaction because you've been the man that's been heavily against Messi in the debate of goatness. How was your reaction when you saw the battle between Argentina and France? How it went down, all the way to PKs, the freaking back and forth, and all that. Give me your thoughts on the
Yeah.
game.
I think my argument always with Messi was that he couldn't take his teams to win his international teams to win a cup, right? People were talking about him winning the Copa America. That's not the same as winning the Euros or winning another tournament like that. But my question was, if he went, my thing was always that if he won a World Cup and he took this Argentina team to the World Cup and he won it, that I think he'd make a good argument to put himself as the GOAT, as the greatest of all time. People coming out saying, well, I don't even think he's the GOAT of Argentina because Maradona has 2 cups. Well, one of them he's cheated, but we're not going to get into that. I think overall, I think Messi is due to this win. Congratulations to him. Congratulations to Argentina. Even though I'm not a big fan of the Argentinian national team because they're pieces of shit. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to congratulate Messi. Honestly, Messi's the only one I like out of all of them. Messi's the only one I like.
You don't like Di Maria?
I hate Argentina.
Oh, Di Maria. Too.
Yes,
Di Maria,
yes.
Di Maria,
I was saying, what? How do you not like Di
Di Maria
Maria?
because he played for Madrid.
No, what that sick
Maria-
ass second goal in the finals?
Maria,
Come on,
Messi,
man.
and
That
Pablo
shit was
Dybala.
clean
That's
as
about
hell.
it.
That passing was beautiful on that goal, by the way.
Anyways, real quick. So I just want to give Messi his flowers on winning the cup. You know, as a Ronaldo fan, and all my life, as
I was going to ask you, who's your GOAT?
Yeah, to me, Ronaldo's been my goat, and you know, to me, he's the best athlete / soccer player to ever play. At least soccer, but I can't find an argument after this, right? And I think the respect is given where it's due, you know. So, Lionel Messi, he's officially the GOAT, greatest of all time, and we'll establish it here. So give him his flowers, man, and you know, it's awesome. It's awesome to see. It's awesome to see greatness because we might not ever see a player like that ever again.
Alex, what were your thoughts, man? As a lifelong soccer fan yourself, what was your thoughts on the whole game and everything that went down?
We were spoiled as soccer fans. It was probably the greatest, probably World Cup finals that anybody has ever seen. It was truly good. It was really Argentina versus Mbappe because man,
God.
that dude balled out. Yeah, that was
Ridiculous.
crazy.
That's ridiculous,
And
bro.
I honestly think Mbappe, he's super young and he's doing a lot of these crazy things, putting his team on his back, already winning a World Cup, going to his
23,
second World
only
Cup finals.
23.
I think I'm more impressed by what he's doing, but I guess it's because I'm a big Mexican fan and Mexicans we hate Argentina and But I mean, it was good to see Messi win. I still like Ronaldo. Like Marco said, winning Copa America and winning Euros is completely different. Completely different. In Copa America, the only real powerhouse is Brazil, and then sometimes if Colombia's on their A game, then you have Colombia. But Euros is completely different. So I still like Ronaldo. I still consider him as is the best soccer player above Messi. And to go back with Messi and Diego, Messi's had better teams and better players around him than anybody else. So um, as far as being carried, I don't want to say that because I mean I don't want to disrespect the man, but he does have a lot of talent around the Argentina team. But
I would,
it was
definitely. Well, I wouldn't say no
it was
carry
really,
though, because
really
that
good to
same
see.
Argentina team has failed him a few times, to the point where he almost quit wanting to play for Argentina.
Mhm.
So I don't know if I would say they carried him. If anything, he elevated their game because, like you said, and like Marco said, the Euro is a lot tougher. That's a lot tougher to challenge to get to those cups, those titles,
Yes.
and so for them to play with a guy who's considered the best out of South America right now, they had to step up their game to play, especially after that Saudi Arabia game. That was, a sign for a lot of people early
Humiliating.
on, about to be, it's over, it's done, and then the rest of the way they find a way. Most of the games, it wasn't until, in my
But
opinion, I think I said this last episode, it wasn't until the
but
Netherlands game when they won that PK, or they just turned it on and they're like, that's it, it's done. We're gonna win it no matter what.
but look at both like sides of the bracket where Argentina came from and even where Portugal and France are from. Like their side of the bracket was a lot tougher than Argentina, and yes, a lot of PKs were awarded to Argentina. I don't want to say that it was rigged or anything, but if you
Sounds
start
like that's what you're
really
saying.
looking at the bracket, if you start looking at the bracket, you really see like come on,
The differences.
uh, you had the easier side. I mean, Netherlands are not no walk in the park, but they're also a really young team, and Van
So,
Dijk is
but,
really the
but
only
couldn't you have
one
said
that
the
was
same thing
really
for the other
established
teams that were in
in
those
face.
brackets? I mean, as Mexican fans, you were in that same side bracket if y'all had made it through. Team USA, same thing, stuff like that. So, I mean, it's easy to say now, right? The important thing is in championships, no matter what's standing in front of you, that's the challenge. You have to go through those things, right? Otherwise, we'd be saying the same thing about, oh, well, look at LeBron's titles. Oh, look at MJ's titles. Oh, look at, yada, yada, yada. We could always say those things, but at the end of the day, you have to make it to the end and win it all. That's always going to be the
Hmm.
tougher thing. And
Yeah.
respectively, in the end, they fought the best team they could have faced, which was Mbappe and France, because they were
Well,
the defending champions. Well, they were. They were the defending champions.
they
They
were,
got
but
they got back to the finals. They did their job, and Mbappe, and I'll say that his team failed them, carry that team to go to extra time, go to PKs, go through everything. So, give props to Argentina team to just closing it out, because that's a tough thing to do, especially where someone like Mbappe said the Europeans have a bigger advantage than the South Americans or North Americans or the Africans. Anywhere else in the country, the European players have the best advantage because they're the best talent. He said it himself before the tournament. So now at the end, the best team won. That's all you can say. However you feel about penalties and all that stuff, it is what it is. That we can't control it. Trey, your thoughts on potentially what is arguably so far to some people the greatest World Cup final ever.
Well, I'm a holiday soccer watcher. Like you got your holiday churchgoers where they go only on the special holidays. I love the World Cup, bro. I watch every World Cup. Uh, Man, it was probably one of my favorite games I have ever watched. It had everything you needed on it. It had drama, it had excitement, it had the back and forth. Argentina goes up, and you're like, hell yeah, it's over. And then all of a sudden, Mbappe comes back and boom, boom, scores, ties it up. And then extra time, Argentina goes up again. You're like, sweet man, Argentina's back. and then boom, another. You know what I mean? So it had a lot. I personally like PKs. I think they're pretty cool. When I used to play FIFA when I was younger, I used to always just go to the PK because it was just fun. It's more one-on-one intimidating. I really like what their goalie did, bro. He intimidated the hell out of those guys from France,
Fuck
bro.
that guy.
Dude, come on, bro. You cannot hate on
I
that,
fucking
dog.
hate that guy.
Dude, he intimidated.
He's a hypocrite.
the hell. Come on, bro. That was beautifully done. He got in their head, dude, and he won.
He's a hypocrite. I don't
Yeah,
like
he
him.
really did. He was doing it the whole tournament.
100% the whole
I
tournament,
think he
and then
was-
especially at the end of
he
the
was-
Yeah,
game.
but what I don't like is after the game, he goes up to Mbappe and he like crouches down. Mbappe's on the ground, and he's like talking to him, like trying to console him.
Yeah,
And then he's over here at the celebration with the baby in his hand and with Mbappe's face taped onto the baby, carrying it and celebrating.
I didn't see that.
Talking shit. No, to me that's like hypocrisy.
Yeah, I didn't
That's
see that.
hypocrisy to
But
I think
So fuck that guy.
I don't know
I think-
what led up to it. So I mean I don't care. In the end, you celebrate. You have it your own way. You have every bragging right in the end. You
Yeah.
can do the fuck you
Dude,
want.
speaking
Well,
of,
he scored
did
each
y'all-
time on him. So I
did
mean,
y'all see the parade?
Yeah, it was
The
crazy.
parade, 4 million people. They had to freaking helicopter out Messi and a couple other guys.
Argentinians
Get
are
him
crazy,
out.
bro.
On the
Get him
parade,
out.
bro. That's nuts, bro. It's all over Twitter right now. It's crazy,
Argentina is crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
dude. Well, I
Buenos
was
Aires
reading
was
that they
popping.
canceled school, they canceled work, they closed everything down just for the parade.
Cancel Christmas. Like,
It's freaking
No,
What-
Messi's a god, dude. Messi's a god.
I
to them.
mean, bro. So I like Ronaldo. I do like Ronaldo a lot.
fantastic
I've
talent.
always personally been a Messi fan. Always. I've studied on Messi. I love Messi with a passion. Especially if you read into his story a lot when he was a kid, he has it's a very minor mental disorder. It's basically like OCD essentially. But he's very meticulous. That's why he sits back a lot. That's why he doesn't always just straight up attack. He's very, very smart in his analyzations. So if you look at, I think it was the beginning of the France game, for the first like 10 minutes, he didn't even do anything really because he was sitting there, okay, this guy's going to move here when he does this. He's very, very meticulous. And I
Yeah,
love that, dude.
I compare it to a boxer like a Floyd Mayweather.
Very
Canelo
much so.
Alvarez,
Very, very
where they take
smart.
those first few rounds to figure out their
Yep.
opponent and
Taking
to, like,
notes.
a step back.
God, dude, and I
Yeah.
love that.
And
I
then-
love the analyzation, bro. That is
Yeah.
such a smart play.
He did that in Mexico too, against Mexico, where
Mhm. Yep.
he started sitting back a little bit so he could touch the ball from further, and that's where he was getting
Yeah.
his opportunities. That's
And
where he
I mean,
scored.
and he took advantage of them. Now, mind you,
Yeah.
Mbappe, that dude is ridiculous, bro. The fact that
He
he's
might-
two goals back
He
to
might end
back
up being
in
the
the span
greatest
of
of all time. when it's all
five,
said and done.
Yeah,
span of 5 minutes, something like that, and then stupid, bro, stupid. But you got to give it, like you said, give me the flowers, bro. I'm super happy. For a minute, I thought they were about to lose it, so I got a little scared. I ain't gonna lie, but
Bro, that last second save in extra
God,
time.
dude.
Oh my
that
god.
save
I thought they had it. I
insane.
thought France had it.
Dude, the way he sprawled out like that,
That would've been
dude,
crazy.
That was nuts.
Should have
So,
scored that.
Because there was like 10 seconds left of the clock. And my god.
so
You
it was
imagine
an overall really, really good game, man. I was super happy I got up early to watch it.
Like, dude, you just imagine the scrutiny the whole Argentina Messi especially would have gotten.
Could you
Oh my
imagine,
God.
dude? They're up. I mean, up 2,
2-0.
then 2-2, then 3, and then they end up losing. Oh my god, bro, it'd be brutal.
I
No,
know. And then the meme of the whole, Messi becoming Matt Ryan would have been true.
oh, brutal.
It would have been
Terrible,
brutal.
dude.
Like, but at the end of the day, they got the job done.
That's
Alex,
funny.
let me ask you this. You said to you still prefer Ronaldo over Messi. I wanted to ask you to follow up to that. Are you saying, well, I don't know if you're saying for it, who to you is the greatest of all time?
my greatest of all time soccer player.
Yes.
I mean, are we? I don't want to be biased, but I mean, I'm not gonna say it, but out of them two, it's Cristiano Ronaldo. But
I'm saying overall, like your greatest of all
so
time.
I like watching Rafa Marquez a lot. Rafa Marquez brought that straight up like Mexican culture back to Mets. Rafa Marquez was one of my favorite players.
Now, if you want the argument between Messi and Ronaldo, if you want to distribute, who you want to consider as the best versus greatest, because that's always a different argument too, right? Because Tom Brady, to some people, Tom Brady's the greatest, champion ever, but he never was the best quarterback ever, right? Some people sometimes will say Peyton or
Well,
not upcoming Mahomes,
you can argue.
or whatever talent wise, but greatest define that would assume by championships, I guess, in a way too. Or
You
say,
can
Marco?
still,
Oh,
you can
so
still,
you're
you can
saying
still, you
you're
can
saying
still
overall.
argue. You could still argue right now that Ronaldo has the greatest career out of anybody.
Can you?
Yes,
That World
because
Cup is a huge
three
difference
champions.
maker.
He won 3 Champions Leagues in a row. You can't. Like nobody does that. Like that's like when somebody three-peating. Like it's like Kobe. It's like Kobe Shaq. It's like all the other people that won three-peats. Like that's like something that Messi never did. And the Euros is as big of it's the second biggest trophy of all time, behind the World Cup. You can name a lot more things.
But wouldn't you say
Ronaldo won in the 3 top leagues in the world, the English Premier League, the Spanish League, the La Liga, and he won in Italy. Messi stayed comfortable in Spain for his whole career basically until now that he moved to Paris, another league that is really not that good. So Ronaldo has won and top goal scorers in all leagues as well. So there's an argument still that he has the greatest career of all time, even though Messi won the World Cup.
so greatest career or greatest player? Because I think that's the debate.
Yeah, so the thing is with Messi is the way he did things. To me, the way he took this Argentina team, to me, which I said it I said it earlier in our personal group chat. I said this Argentina team is not even as talented as other Argentina teams that have been in the past. And it's the truth. And this Argentina team had players that are not as talented as maybe a France, as maybe a Spain, as maybe a Brazil. And that is factual. If you look at the top players that are playing in top leagues, stuff like that. So Messi had to really carry these guys. To me, he carried them as a leader.
Doesn't that show that he's a GOAT? Like he carried that team to a fucking.
That's what I'm saying. To me, that's why I said
I got you.
That's why I said in the beginning, my respect is like because that's hard, man.
Yeah,
that's crazy
to take them to the top game in the world, like
with all the pressure on him to like people saying you're not if you don't win this,
it's over too. Knowing that you're probably not going to come back next year or next time,
you're not better than Maradona in your own country, so you can't be the greatest of all time if you can't beat Maradona. You know what I mean? That was the pressure that he was dealing with, and
I think that's where a lot of people like. I don't know. I think he felt a lot of pressure from being like Ronaldo didn't really have to step in somebody's shadow like that.
Yeah,
where Messi did, and Messi had a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
So Messi had a lot of pressure on him. He had the whole country, and you could feel it too. Like every time he would lose, a lot of people would come after him.
It would heartbreak for him.
Oh, dude, it was always him. Yeah, like, that's the crazy part, bro. Like I know individuals in soccer because it's kind of like hockey to an extent, right? It's always a low scoring game to an extent. It's not like basketball where you can put up triple doubles and so on. So it is a solo sport to an extent, but it is a team sport. But it's crazy how much they can attack one person in that sport. Like you said, the goalie could get scored on 18 times and they'll still blame Messi for that loss. Like, why didn't you score 19? Like, the hell, dude? Like, what the fuck? How do you attack one dude for that sport?
He literally scored in every knockout stage game.
That's crazy, dude.
Like, even
and I bet you $1 million if they would have lost, they'd attack Messi. Bet you $1 million. That's fucking nuts, dude.
I think to me too, and when I'm thinking about Messi and overall, the way he did things. And people are gonna say, well, he had the easier route. Well, he had this, he had that. Let's like Jose said, he still got there. He still got there. He still did it with all the pressure. The only argument that with Ronaldo, there's Ronaldo Messi debate, which is still gonna go on. It doesn't matter because there's gonna be people that still
tell you, bro,
like me.
I got a
good
Ronaldo.
People don't understand is that Ronaldo also, like Alex said, he didn't have nobody's shoes to step on. He brought a little country of Portugal that's not even supposed to be good at soccer, and made them one of the most glorified, like best soccer countries in the world. because of him, the money that he brought into that country, because of his fame, because being able to fund these academies, these youth academies, to have players like they do now, like the people that are playing with them now, the young players like Bruno Fernandes, João Felix, all these players are them because of Ronaldo. Ronaldo to them is their god, like their goat. Like
I'll put this argument to rest. Who's the favorite player for Ronaldo's kids? Messi. Game, set,
Messi.
match.
Well, after their dad, yes.
Is it though?
Did you hear what he said in the interview?
No,
Did you hear what he said in the interview? He said in his interview, like to me, Messi is like the greatest player.
And that's the crazy too. Is like
they respect each other.
Yes,
crazy.
The mutual respect is insane. Like they'll
let us debate about who we think is better, but they'll have the mutual respect for one another.
Oh, for sure. Like Messi will say Ronaldo, and Ronaldo will say Messi.
Because you could argue if you wanted the perfect player, you just fuse them together, and boom, you got.
Dude, they'd be unstoppable. That'd be stupid.
If they're on the same team, I cannot even imagine.
Stupid.
I can't even imagine.
But I think
you have two powerhouses to worry about.
The only thing like I would say from your statement earlier is that how he Ronaldo won 3 Euros in a row, and it's the second best trophy behind the World Cup, the Champions League. Sorry,
he won the Euro though.
Yeah. The number one is still World Cup, and I think that's gonna always, in a lot of people's minds, always gonna be that one thing. Then the end.
Yeah, but it's different. If you know soccer, if you look in the soccer world, Argentina's kind of expected to win a World Cup. Portugal's not expected to win a World Cup. Does that make sense? It's kind of got like Golden State right now. Like you expect Golden State to be a contender. Like nobody really expects Portugal to be a contender. Like that doesn't make sense. Like Brazil, Argentina, France,
but I mean, I guess in a statement, like overall, like what is the biggest trophy, right? That's going to be the argument. That's what I'm saying. The argument is going to be the World Cup is tougher to win versus all the other ones. What you said, that will be second, followed by these other ones, then Copa and all this other stuff.
That makes sense, yeah.
But in the end, it's tough. I mean, regardless,
we didn't even see the team that won Euros even in the World Cup. So I mean that yet alone shows you how tough it is to play over there and actually even have a chance to make it to the World Cup. I kind of like how the next go around
Euros?
we're gonna have
Italy.
We're gonna have
Italy.
Yeah,
2 years ago.
And Italy was pretty good on those Euros too. So I mean, I kind of like that. Now, the next go around, we're gonna have more teams. So we're gonna see, I think, more competitive games.
Well, that's what I was. Yes,
we won't see Qatar next time.
Get that. I was literally about to get to the point of, like, men's soccer has always been big internationally, but now you see it growing exponentially from other nations. Like it's crazy,
especially here in the United States.
Pressure and talent now from all around, especially the U.S. Obviously, U.S. is known for their women's soccer because we are very dominant in that aspect. But now the men's is somewhat stepping up, and it's kind of impressive. So I'm really excited to see. Plus,
as long as it keeps growing and being competitive and fun, that's all that matters.
So bad, bro. I get getting so bad.
Yeah, for sure.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. I wanted to go transition real quick to Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe is a fantastic young athlete. Like I said earlier, 23. Alex mentioned it. Already a World Cup winner. Marco said it. Could arguably, by the end of his career, could be the greatest of all time himself. He's already made 2 appearances in the World Cup back to back.
Damn near almost won this one
on his own, carrying it on his back, and you could tell by his expression when he received the Golden Boot. The French team kind of did this too. The silver did not mean a shit thing to them.
No.
Never. It's one thing to like almost make it. You get third, okay, you didn't, but you're right there to win it all. You're so close. You're PKs away, and I loved how after he scored that first goal because it was a penalty kick, he didn't go celebrate. He grabbed the ball
back to the roll. Yep.
Right back in the midfield. He said, "Fuck this. We're gonna keep going." Next minute, boom, another one.
And that's when he celebrated because he knew once he tied it up, he
back in
this.
Celebrate. Yeah. Back in this. And man, the cojones he has, Mbappe, dude, to like even after they're down 3-2, after the at the 108 mark, Messi makes another penalty, another kick. It was a penalty. It was a goal.
That
makes
goal was
another goal.
crazy,
It
bro.
was probably offsides. But
No, it wasn't, bro. Don't say that. It was not, dude. I watched the replay multiple
They
times.
checked already. They did their VAR
Nah,
shit.
bro.
We're not gonna take away any what they did.
Bro.
We're not gonna take away. Look at it. Look at him. He wants
They
to
showed it. His hand.
So to go
But
off
that
what you're
ass
saying,
was
Jose,
good.
the only thing I see, which I kind of like that from Mbappe, like a lot. If you think about it, like from a football or basketball standpoint, right? Like if you win MVP, but you don't win a Super Bowl, it's a cool accomplishment, but it's like it's not the big deal. Nobody gives a shit. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, cool, I won MVP, awesome, that's great. But you didn't win the championship, bro. Like you didn't get it all.
that was Giannis's mentality the
Yeah,
year
exactly.
before when he won his second MVP. He's like, is this Larry?
Exactly.
No, it's not Larry.
So I respect that a lot for him to be so young and be so focused and locked in on. Okay, cool, I won the boot, but who really cares, bro? We lost. Like that's dope. That excites me for his future.
Alex, what do you see in Mbappe's future? I know he's at a young age. There's been a little bit of controversy with him and his decision makings of with clubs and stuff like that. But what do you think about Mbappe's future, Alex?
His future is bright. Just hoping France could. I mean, they always produce good players, so hopefully more help. And I could see France winning another World Cup if Mbappe is always if he's on the team. So he has a bright future. Like Marco said, at the end of his career, he could probably be the greatest player of all time, and he's on track right now to do that.
That's kind of crazy, right? To think about, like 20 years down the road, he could actually be the GOAT. Like
we saw him.
Not even 20. I'm just saying, like in that aspect, like that's.
But you'll go back to this game, you know, where you have this instant. You have this instant classic where a lot of people's mind Messi is their GOAT versus, you know, where Mbappe could have been is going to be the GOAT in the future. Yeah, could be. And they'll go back to this game. You guys remember the instant classic. It's crazy, man. I mean, we're really treated to an awesome game. Even people that don't even watch soccer. Some of my buddies texted me saying, "Well, dude, what a game!" And they didn't even watch soccer. They just started watching it because they heard this final was going to be epic, and they said, "Dude, this final didn't fail." It was awesome.
Dude, it didn't let anything down, bro. I'm serious. Like again, I'm a World Cup soccer watcher. That's it, bro. And I work with a bunch of Hispanic males, and they all, were watching the World Cup the entire time at work, listening to it or whatever. So it got me a little more into it. But yeah, bro, this World Cup did not disappoint at all. It was even the games beforehand. A lot of them were really good games, man. A lot of super close. There was a couple blowouts, but nothing major. So I was excited to watch this World Cup.
I mean, in the end, like you said, the two best teams went to the finals. No offense to Croatia or Morocco, but the two best teams that went at it. And then, man, the leaderships of both Messi and Mbappe just put the whole country on their backs, trying to make everything happen. Penalty kick, Messi in. Second kick, Di Maria, his right-hand man or left-hand man, however you want to look at it. Mbappe saying, let's go, 2-2 straight back-to-back shots. Messi with that nice kick, off
the deflection.
The defender trying to get in there, but like, no, get it out of here.
It's just to score a hat trick in the World Cup is crazy.
Dude, it's nuts, right? Like, that's
insane, dude. It's crazy.
And he did it like effortlessly. It looked like two of those goals were like stupid. Like you look at it and you're like, how the
pressure
did you make
that? That's like dropping 60 in the NBA Finals. Like
Mbappe had 3 penalty kicks, and they all went the same direction. And the third time, Emiliano Martinez went in there, and he was like, "Come at me the same way." He's like, "You still can't stop me, bro."
No, bro. Like,
it don't matter.
The even his hand, I think he tipped it twice. He ended up tipping 2 of them, right?
No,
but he tipped the first one too. I thought, didn't he? With his
he went the wrong way both times.
Did he? Okay, maybe I'm tripping. But I remember the last one, dude. He tipped it, but his hand was like buckled. It was you're not stopping that, dude. There ain't no way. It's crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
So
I think that France team is set up to be really good.
As long as they stay healthy, bro.
Especially with him at the helm.
Yeah, and then you have the
midfielders.
you have two players that play with Real Madrid right now that are young. I think one of them is barely 20, Tucumeni, and then you have Camavinga also that's around the same age. Two starting players for Real Madrid, and then you have a couple of other players too that they play with. So they're gonna be their future's bright. I wouldn't be surprised to see them in the final in 2026.
The the the,
Yep.
the closest I can say that we've seen a GOAT versus young GOAT would be the Brady Mahomes matchup, which of course it isn't as instant classic as this because of the fact the O line was ass, they're all hurt, and so it ended up being a blowout versus a instant
Blasphemy.
classic. But Mahomes still fought like a fucking G. That we can
did.
all respect that. Like he fucking fought. But this was an instant classic. I love it. I'm glad it went to PKs, even though I would have rather be right with my extra time at 3-2. I was this close to being right.
I know. I was thinking about that.
I was like, "Fuck."
I was close too. I was close too. I was.
just picked the wrong
I
team.
said PKs. I just picked the wrong team.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have went either way though.
Hey man,
Nonetheless, it was a great game.
it was fantastic. So I wanted to transition this because I haven't even asked y'all. Is this to y'all? I think Trey answered his. Is this for you, Marco and Alex, the greatest World Cup final ever?
I think so.
Yeah, has to be.
I mean, two goats, young and old, just fighting each other. That's beautiful. But I wanted to use this as an example as the transition is in your lifetime. What is the greatest NBA final game, Super Bowl, World Series, etc., whatever you want to like mention out there? What is the best that you've seen live in your lifetime?
I'll go first. The best baseball game I think you guys are gonna know is Game 7, 2016, the Cubs versus the Indians. That has to be. If y'all don't know the Chicago history.
I watched
Cubs,
that game.
It was awesome, man. Going into the extra innings, the Cubs almost choked, but at the end of the day, that was a good classic game. And probably another going to football. Probably my favorite one growing up was the Giants versus the Patriots because
That was a good
so
one.
much.
How dare you?
That was awesome. I mean, I know it's gonna hurt a little bit, Jose.
The
but
first or second
you
one?
can't tell me that.
I like the first one better.
I think it was the first one when they were undefeated.
Yeah. Okay.
That
I
one
like
was
that game
cool because
How many catch?
it was the underdog. It was the underdog versus it was David Goliath basically. So it was an awesome game. And then man, the NBA. I kind of like the Spurs and the Heat, even though it wasn't.
Damn boy, Dame 3.
It didn't. They didn't.
Well, I asked for each one.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Well, I thought you meant
sport.
one in general too.
No. I asked for one for each sport. Which Heat and Spurs one? Which game is specifically? If you're saying Heat game 6 with a fucking Ray Allen, I'm gonna kick you.
Yeah, I'm gonna punch you in the dick.
yeah.
I mean, I'm not a big Spurs fan, but I kind of like the revenge tour that the Spurs had. That
You
was
smoke
awesome.
that ass.
There's so much though because
Like cramping.
the Dallas versus Miami series that was awesome
Yeah,
too.
that was a good
with
series for sure.
with basically Dirk pretty much put the team on his back and
took over, bro.
he beat that trio single-handedly by himself, but it was awesome. Basketball's a little bit tougher because you have a lot of series there's more more playoff games and series, so
For sure. That's why I was going by a specific game too for the NBA because that is like the toughest. Like for me, I'll say mine. I think for me, it was Game 7 of the 2005 Finals with the Pistons and the Spurs. I think that was like for me one of my favorite ever because it was a defensive battle. It was a grind. The new bad boys Pistons versus the young Spurs still trying to establish their legacy.
Series, actually.
So like that Game 7, like where the Pistons can go back to back or the Spurs can win their third. It was just beautiful to watch. It was real basketball. Before we do end up transitioning to the 3-point game being a real heavy thing, but Yeah, dude, that was fantastic. I would say Super Bowl. I would,
You
as
can't
much
go
as
with any other one.
which one? Because I
Comeback.
mean, I
You have to go
got
with the
like
comeback.
20.
You have to go with the comeback, right?
No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I hated the fucking, of course, everything that happened until the comeback started. Like that's one thing. Like and we'll talk about the weekend shit that went down, but that ain't it. Like before, like as one of the best I've ever seen, it was a Patriots Seahawks. It's a loss, but I think I like the Eagles Patriots in 52 better because of how much
That was
offense
an
that
awesome
was.
game.
They went back and forth. Brady throwing 500, Nick Foles doing the unexpected. And even though they lost the Patriots, and I'm a Patriots fan, I love that game from start to finish. There was not a moment where I was bored. And it all came down to one huge defensive play that really just changed the whole narrative of like who's going to come out the champion. Because once that fumble happened on Tom Brady from Brendan Graham, you knew it was done. And Brady could only do his best to try, but it just wasn't meant to be. And it's weird. I'm picking the Patriots loss as one of my favorites, but damn, bro, I gotta give respect where you gotta give it respect too. So, what about you, Trey? What do you got?
I'd have to agree. I think actually, I think both Spurs series. If you're going for massacre, I'm going with Spurs when we swept or destroyed the Heat. But I do like that series against the Pistons, man. That series was phenomenal.
It was a fight.
As far as football, man, there's a lot of good Super Bowls, to be completely serious. I don't have one that actually the one that stands out to me the most to be like that type of game is the Rams when they lost because they got to like the 2-yard line or whatever. I don't remember what Super Bowl it was. Gosh,
Which
dang it.
one?
When they were playing the
Not the Pats.
no, it
Not the
was
first Pats. That
Oh,
was
with Kurt Warner and
yes, with
Yeah.
Kurt and whatever when he threw that and you thought they were getting in and he fell at the 2-yard line. That one right there because it was nitty gritty. I just can't
it was
remember.
Tennessee.
Alex, you got this.
Tennessee.
There it is.
I just don't remember what
But that
year.
was that was the year the Rams won.
Yeah, that was a great game overall.
99.
As far as maybe as far as baseball, my favorite was, and that's why I was just looking it up right now to see what year was the 2011 World Series, Cards versus Rangers. I'm a Cards fan baseball wise, and that was a great series in the sense of the Rangers thought they were going to take it. There was one blowout game with the Cardinals on Game 3, and then the Rangers ended up going up 3-2 on the Cards, and then Game 6 went to 11 innings. The Rangers should have won it twice, and I remember exactly where I was. I was at Cowboys Dance Hall that game because we were watching on the big screen, and I'm a Cards fan, and my buddy Kay is a Rangers fan, and he was pissed. And then we ended up winning the World Series the next game. That series was phenomenal. It was really good. So I'd say that's my baseball one.
Yeah, so it was a 99 season, but it was played in January of 2000. The Rams
That's right.
versus Titans.
That's right. Yeah. I couldn't remember what year, but I just remember that game being a pretty decent game. That was also when defenses were where they were at.
What about you in your young life that you can remember?
Oh my gosh.
Some of us are in 30s. That's why I say young.
Yeah. I think for me, as far as like basketball series, I'd say for sure the more memorable one, just because when the Spurs won, especially in that series against the Heat, going out and like going to military and celebrating was like crazy, bro. Like I'll never forget that. That's like in my heart, like forever.
Downtown, baby. I got photos.
Yeah, it was crazy. But besides that, I would say when the one I remember a lot too, which is not too far from now, 2016, was when
3-1
LeBron and the LeBron and Cavs come back from 3-1.
That was crazy.
That game 7 was sick.
That was a crazy series.
No way. Yeah, it was
You're
crazy.
right. You're right.
Yeah, I love that series. It was probably one of the more memorable ones. When it comes to baseball, I'm not too into baseball, but I do remember the 2016 one. That year was crazy. Jesus Christ. So
Cinderella story.
Yeah.
Cinderella story.
Yep. That one. When I go.
What? Y'all didn't love the
to-
Houston Astros and the Chechkans? What?
No. Come on.
for the NFL. To me, would be
The
the
Chiefs.
Chiefs winning. Yeah, because that was my team. You know, I seen them winning with
Yeah,
Damian
of
Williams.
course.
Got the run, getting in near the
He
pylon.
cried.
Like, I cried.
No, I mean it's
Yeah.
emotional. Like whenever
Yeah, I cried.
whenever the Broncos
Yeah.
won recently, I was super.
Deadass,
fucking
I
pumped.
cried when Messi just won. I just cried on Sunday.
Honestly,
What?
even whenever the Chiefs won that year, I don't even think anybody had the Chiefs winning that year. Don't you think?
That year,
I don't
yeah.
think so.
Yeah.
No, they weren't favorites.
No.
They weren't
2019?
favorites.
They weren't
No,
favorites.
they weren't favorites to win.
No, they weren't
The-
favorites.
The
It
year
was,
before, they lost to Tom
Mhm.
Brady and the controversial offsides call on was it Christian Jones? I think.
No, it was
who
on.
was it?
No.
Chandler
No, it
Jones.
was on.
Chandler
no,
Jones.
No.
Was it?
No. Chandler Jones was
No.
Arizona. Michael
Man, who was it?
remembers.
That
It wasn't a
It was
Jones. It
on
wasn't Chris Jones.
another D line.
It was D Ford.
D
Yeah.
Ford.
Was it?
Ford.
Yeah, D
Offense
Ford.
Yeah, I remember
was
that.
D
name.
Ford. It was D Ford.
I was kind of upset because as a defender, the ref is supposed to let you know if you're off or not, and like he needs to tell you like, hey, you're over
won that game.
Let's,
over
let's
the
not
ball,
talk
you're over
about
the
the
Let's
ball.
not
Terry
even
McLaurin
start
ref
that,
thing.
bro.
Let's not talk
start
about the
that.
ref and
I'm so
Terry
mad about
McLaurin thing
that.
too.
No, come on. You got man.
Don't even
I
start.
get so mad
Anyways,
whenever refs do
but I would say for a soccer one, I wouldn't even say the World Cup final. This one was that impactful for me. Like a soccer championship. So there was this the Champions League, which I've already explained is kind of like one of the like you watch it is just exciting as the World Cup. Y'all should watch it when it comes back in February. They'll be in the round of 16. So
This February?
yeah,
So
so this
3 months away, 2
February
months
they'll
away?
come back. Yep, it's gonna
We
be
go, Trey.
awesome.
I'm down. I don't
And
mind
for
soccer.
me
Soccer's
was
fun to watch.
when Ronaldo won this first Champions League with Real Madrid, and they were down 2-1, and it was a 93rd, 94th minute in extra time, and Sergio Ramos came in with a header off a corner kick, last second, boom, went to overtime. Madrid ended up winning 4-2 and won their Ronaldo won his first Champions League trophy with Real Madrid. That was crazy. I was crying. Yeah, I was crying.
You know, I'll say the reason I thought in 2019 the Chiefs were favorites was because Mahomes had just had the spectacular season prior. I think that was the same season that everybody was really good on Lamar because that's when he blew up too.
Mhm.
That was his second year, and he was like basically untouchable. And then he
Yeah,
loses the first round.
Because he won MVP in 2018, right?
2019.
2019. And then
2018 was his rookie
2019
season.
won the 2019 won the MVP. 2020 they went in as favorites, and yeah, that's when they.
Yeah, so I mean, I thought I had the Chiefs as a favorite, especially with the way New England had started and then choked out, November and December. At that point,
Oh,
I
shit,
already
I
had
remember
Chiefs.
that.
I had the Chiefs as a favorite, going to the, Super
That
Bowl and
was a
everything.
downfall.
Yeah, so. Well, guys, we actually spent 43 minutes on soccer. I'm impressed. We're not a heavily football, podcast, but
Cats.
I think those fans out there will enjoy that. Last thing before we close out, we had some embarrassments this weekend, and I don't mean
my
I don't mean France, losing, because that was not an embarrassment. That was almost an honor. We had the Colts at a strong 33-0 at halftime.
The
Hey, they still
biggest
lost by 3.
fucking hypocrite.
We had
Mhm.
Jacoby Myers deciding, you know what? Let me run back 15 yards and then throw it back to my quarterback, my unathletic quarterback, 10 yards back, and then
He got stiffed hard.
let me see how that turns out to be.
Oh, that was funny as hell.
All right, Marco, you got a dip.
Yes.
and
Hey.
close out.
Messi the GOAT. Hey, talk about the Colts. Y'all are pieces of shit. I can't believe that happened. To me, thank you it happened because I needed that win in fantasy. I needed Kirk and
Don't even talk
Justin
about fantasy.
Jefferson.
I'm done with fantasy.
So
Jonathan
let's go.
Taylor broke everybody's hearts.
I hate
Yep.
y'all.
And who's winning the Super Bowl?
You're asking us now?
Quick answer right now.
Eagles.
I still
Go
like
and
the
get-
Bills.
Bills.
Y'all are
still like
fucking-
the
this is
Bills.
why I'm leaving. Get the fuck out of
You get the fuck out of here. He's all like, it's gonna be the Chiefs now with the almost losing to the Texans. That's never gonna be happening. In those words are not gonna come out of my mouth.
Don't get me wrong. I like the Chiefs.
So
I
do
think
I.
they're still
I think-
a solid team. I just don't think they're fully well rounded. I don't think
Mm-mm.
they're enough to stop a team and score on a team.
No, because
they-
we've seen them play against the top offenses and they've
Yeah.
lost.
I think they
Bro.
can score. I think it's where they're gonna have a hard time is whenever they go up against another powerhouse where they can.
Well, that's
score,
what I'm
because
saying. Like
really-
they can't stop anybody.
Yeah,
So they can
They can't
score,
stop
but they can't
anybody.
stop.
Like in the
Or
second
if they
round, they're gonna
really
get
good,
Bengals
they
or
can stop,
Bills.
but they can't score. So it's like
yeah.
you got to have both to be able to do it. Typically, so
All right, man. Last year they had to get through Bills and Bengals. They couldn't get through the Bengals. This year, I'm thinking they're gonna have to do the same thing. So,
Yep.
I mean,
and this year the Bills seem a little extra scary, and they don't even have a run game. Really.
well,
That's the crazy part.
and here's my concern for the Bills. And I know we're going to go into the embarrassment things, but we already transitioned. The Bills thing is that they need to keep winning to have home field advantage because if they go back to
Yeah.
Arrowhead in the playoffs, I just don't think they have as much as the heart.
That's the biggest thing. If the Chiefs have home field, I think they might take it.
Because that's what's
Yeah.
happened the last 2
Home
years.
field.
It's that
Big.
because the Bills do beat them in Arrowhead the past 2 seasons in the regular season, but they don't do the repeat when it matters.
Yep.
So I think their schedule isn't that tough now that they got through Dolphins, but still, they have to maintain. If they get one upset loss, that sucks for them.
Yeah.
So we'll see. So I just wanted to ask y'all, what was we saw a bunch of choke jobs this weekend. The Colts, the Bengals, the Patriots in the last play. Or the Bengals didn't choke. The Bucks did. The Buccaneers choked. Who else fucking choked? That was on the high. Oh, Cowboys. Dallas.
Hey.
Hey,
I'm not a big Cowboys fan.
Hey, they did.
Hey, y'all choked.
I'm not a big Cowboys fan, but I mean, it wasn't Dak's fault. I really don't put that loss on.
I
Alex, the way you just
understand.
defended them, you're more like you sound more like a Cowboys fan than you do.
There
Bears
were
fan.
things like I'm not gonna lie, he should have caught that pass. It should not have turned into an interception.
Yes.
But they did technically choke in the end.
The Cowboys defense still allowed 33 points or 34
Now,
points.
mind you, this is coming
Yeah,
from a
it's
fan of a
true.
team that is doing very terrible. So, just saying. But I'm a realist as well.
Yeah, but your team doesn't normally give up 34 points to the Jaguars.
Jaguars, they're nice, though, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
Jaguars
they got a
Jaguars
they have a
offense
decent offense.
is really on a little hot streak.
They're not terrible, bro. They're not terrible.
They're not. I think they're
Offensive
1,
weapons are
2 games
scary.
behind from winning the AFC South.
That's
which
what I'm
is still a
saying.
possibility.
So they're not the end of the I'm not too upset about that. I'm just the fashion that they lost it in is what bugged me.
That's what I'm saying.
I
Like,
think
Yeah.
Dallas
James,
is secondary is like really hurting right now.
they are, but at the end of the day, you still have to get your job done. If the secondary is hurting, then the offense got to do more to step up on their part. James said it best. They'll only go as far as Dak can get them there. And if Dak is throwing 2 picks on top of all the other things, and one of them's a pick 6 for the game-winning touchdown,
Yeah, but see,
Bro.
that's like I agree to an extent, but I also don't. Somebody said it best. They said that they should give drop passes like that against the receiver or running
yeah,
back
I agree.
because
Especially
it
in
makes
fantasy.
Dak look bad. Yeah, no shit. It makes Dak
I
look
think-
bad, but he's actually not at fault. He threw it right in his pocket. The dude just didn't catch it. End of story.
And it's a 4-yard route.
That's what I'm saying.
And it's and the receiver has to catch it. I think I saw another thing where it said that Dak, out of all his interceptions, 6 of those have been due to the wide receivers.
Yep.
And,
So that's what I'm saying. I can't fully blame Dak.
it goes back to Dak, and it kind of sucks. But I mean, it goes into your stat sheet. I mean,
Yeah,
so-
100%. And then people talk down on Dak. Again, I do think that they need to have Dak do good to win. I do 100% believe that. I do think their defense can help, but Dak is the leader of that offense, right? Obviously. But I also don't feel like it is all his fault.
yeah.
Hey, so next question. Is Jeff Saturday still going to be coaching the Colts? Come on, guys. Y'all were very in favor
would
of this
think so,
job
no.
hire.
I like Jeff Saturday, actually. I like the mix-up. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't like the. I don't even know how to say it. Like, I don't like the future
Bring-
for it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's gonna last.
They're
No.
gonna blow up that team completely.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, if he could bring his own coaching staff, bring his own like what he likes to do. I mean, he's working what he got. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He
Well, he
has,
also
you
came
know,
in halfway through the season, so it's
Yeah,
it's a
so-
mix up. That's all it
They're
is.
just, they're just not gonna keep him.
No,
Unfortunately,
I don't
No.
think so.
Oh,
It'd be a cool, it'd be a cool keep, but I don't think they would either.
It's like one win and what, like 4 or 5 losses now. It's just you can't, especially with the 33-point choke job. You really have
That's
no
terrible,
argument.
bro.
You
And it
have no-
looks so good for him too. That's so brutal, man.
I wasn't shocked, bro. The Vikings are bad defensively. Like we could all admit that. Defensively, the secondary is just god
Yes.
awful. But my God, to
Trash.
start out 33-0,
Bad.
you know what?
And I'm talking about every facet of that Colts team. Like they went off. Special teams, defense.
With
they
with
all
Jonathan
went
Taylor
off.
going out like in the first or second series,
Crazy.
like,
Crazy.
and he's out for the season
Yeah,
now.
they turned it out.
But like, dude, like, and then I said in the text thread, Kirk is not top 10. I don't know, man. Maybe he crept in a little more into my
No.
standings now. Not
No.
into the top 10. Maybe actually, I gotta make a list to figure it out. But because I mean, dude, like that's
That's
tough
why,
to say
bro.
no.
That's
To
why,
say
bro,
no?
nasty.
It's like me, like once Brady made the comeback, I think the whole nation, the whole like NFL fandom agreed Tom Brady's the GOAT, right? When he made the comeback against the Falcons. You can't let me give Kirk his top 10 flowers right now.
Thank
like
you. So,
like
according to ESPN Fantasy Football, now mind you, it's fantasy,
ESPN.
but it's based off of stats.
it is Espen.
Can you read that ranking for me?
No, he's number 8.
Number
ranking
9.
9. Okay.
Out of his
oh,
points.
whoa,
Do you
whoa,
think-
whoa,
hold on.
Whoa,
Do you
whoa, whoa,
think-
whoa, whoa.
do
I'm
you
gonna use that
think-
against you real quick. Because when you said Lamar was number 13 just a few weeks
Check
ago,
Lamar's.
he was number 6 in fantasy, and he
No, he
didn't play
was
the
number
game
6 on
before.
ESPN, not in fantasy.
No. In ours, and the whole thing that he was 6.
Oh, yeah. I know.
He was 6, and you had him at 13. You sicko. So I don't know if we want to use those stats right there as
Maybe not.
our
I
guy.
think I think the Minnesota Vikings are probably the luckiest team this year.
They
I mean,
are
but you
the
have to have
2019
luck, though.
Steelers,
You have
they're
to
the
have luck.
2020 Cardinals. They're not going to
Yeah.
go far. They're a first, second round exit. If they make to the second round, I think that they feel good. They might, maybe fans feel good about that. I don't know. They've been to the NFC Championship and choked that one. Ugh.
I
But
kind of want to see them go against the Lions.
in the
That's gonna be
playoffs.
fun. I hope to see them. Yeah,
Ooh.
I hope the Lions make it, and I hope they play them the first round.
I think that they do. They started 1-6. They're 6-1 now. Since I think the Lions do make it.
So
You know,
I
I don't
have them
Lamar is
making
8
it.
right now, technically.
Oh, so he's 8. So you want to keep that valid argument? You want to keep that?
All I'm saying is he is in the top 10.
Lamar,
Now-
you're right.
I don't have to shit. I don't know. Is Lamar coming back this week? Have they made an announcement on that?
No, he hasn't practiced yet. He
If
still hasn't
I'm him,
practiced.
I'm not playing anymore. I'm
No,
not gonna play no
I'm
more.
not playing.
So
no
let
more.
me ask you this, boys, because y'all two are the ones that we bet. If the
He's the
regular
top 10.
season ends and he's not in the top 10 according to ESPN, that means I win, correct?
Wait. We're going off of according to ESPN, or we're going out of our consensus? How we
Well,
had
I
it
mean-
last time?
Bro, our consensus is going to be biased, though.
Wait. So we even go to ESPN fantasy because I don't trust fantasy. I would rather do like Pro Football Focus.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm
stuff
just
like
saying
that.
in
Football
general.
Focus is really good.
I'm
Yeah,
just
so
saying
Focus is
something
really good.
outside of our. Bro, you
Because
realize
you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose the $20
I'm the
bucks.
only one.
I mean, Alex, you still have Lamar in your top 10 because I do.
So do I. I still think that there's nobody that could do what he does. Besides Justin, but
And that's
he's
the
probably
crazy part.
he's one of the kind.
Art made a point, bro. Like if you're gonna put Justin Fields up there, how you not gonna put Lamar? And Lamar's right
Yeah.
now a better thrower. Right now,
Yeah,
Justin Fields
right
will
now.
still be better later. Like once he has a better team than what he has, 'cause that's garbage, bro. They haven't won since they beat the Patriots. What the fuck?
Bro, on 4th and 11 on the first drive, he threw a 4-yard route to Pettis to move the chains, and it hit Pettis right in his freaking fingers, and he dropped it. And I'm like, you could even hear the announcers. The announcers are like, he just needs help. He needs receivers.
Dude, they turned that what 60, 70-yard run touchdown into an out of bounds.
Oh, that was crazy.
Dude, and that was against the Eagles defense, and that was your number one defense. I don't know if they're still your number one, but that was beautiful.
I think San Fran is really taking over that number one spot. They're making a big leap for it.
Top 3 teams in the NFC have still got to be Cowboys. Well, 3. 2 would be Niners, and then 1 would be Eagles. But those are the top 3. Lions, man, they're gonna upset somebody. Oh, I can't wait for the Lions to get in there.
I told you at the beginning of the week. The beginning of the year, Lions look kind of good on paper. On paper, they look really good.
It's just, man, I don't think they can sustain it with their score, like their defense, man. They can't stop nobody, dude.
Well, they're a bottom defense. That's a bottom
that's what I'm
defense.
saying. Like, same concept as, and I'm not putting them in the same category. For the love of God, Marco, if you see this, same concept as the Chiefs. They are a very score-heavy offense, but they also get scored on a lot defensively. Now, the Lions are also worse. I will admit that wholeheartedly, but it's the same concept. You cannot beat a team that scores more points than you. Obviously,
is Lions top 5 offense still in scoring?
I think they are. Right? I think. Yeah.
I want to say yes. That's what I'm saying. But they're also, I think, top 5
susceptible,
giving up points. So at that point,
yeah, they're bottom of the barrel.
I would like to know where their defense ranks in their last 7 games since they're 6-1.
They are moving up. Aiden Hutchinson has been playing.
That boy
well.
is cold, bro.
Yeah, he's been playing really well.
Even if he's on a shitty defense, that boy is fucking cold.
Yeah,
cold.
With that
right now they are ranked 30th.
Don't they have a top
out of the whole year? But I think
I'm saying
out of the whole year they are
30th, bro. Oh. They are ranked 30th.
But in their winning streak, I think they're like mid. Like this past couple 7 games, if you just use that,
I don't know.
In their mid.
Yeah. So that's all I'm saying. You cannot beat a team if you don't score more points than them. So
I wanted to see real quick because Texans are still at 1, Bears 2, Seahawks 3. Lions still have the number 4 pick because they have the Rams pick. Oh, they're gonna have a top 5 pick.
Even the
Lions future.
Those are doing really good right now. Aren't they in the top like 8 picks or something?
Well, they have the top. They have 4 right now. The
Lions. No, I'm saying the Eagles.
The Eagles have 9. They have the Saints. They have the Saints pick.
That's crazy alone that they're already doing this good and they have a fucking top 10 pick. That's insane.
Which I would just use the trade for another strong piece. How they got AJ Brown.
Yep, I would. That's exactly what I would do personally.
Well, okay, so I wanted to bring this up. I know James isn't here for it, and I guess I could ask y'all. Because y'all didn't really get to I don't know if y'all saw it or didn't put your input. Would y'all trade, if you're the Eagles, your first round pick back to the Saints so you can get Alvin Kamara?
No, I wouldn't.
Personally?
Yeah.
Personally? Yes.
Why?
The reason I say that, one, you just said it. Trade your pick away to get something now. Right?
Okay.
What is the purpose of first off, you have a very, very experienced running back, and right now, I don't think he's trying. I really don't. I think he knows the season is done, and he doesn't give a shit. Now, if he goes to a winning team, quote unquote, like Odell did last year, he went to the Rams, and he went the fuck off. Yes or no? Right?
Yeah, he did.
So Kamara goes to a winning team that has a Super Bowl shot. They do have a Super Bowl shot. He will try. Now, Miles Sanders is a decent running back, but he is not Alvin Kamara at all, in my opinion. This is why I kind of held my tongue in the text. I didn't want to say anything because I wanted to hear everybody else's opinion. I would personally do it. I would do it in a heartbeat. Trade your first round pick, and maybe Saunders, and get Kamara and maybe the second or third round. I don't know. Why not?
This is where I say no, because there's a lot of freaking talent that could be culture changers during this draft class, and Alvin Kamara, he's an awesome running back, but I mean, like James said, he's a plug-in guy, but how long you gonna have him for? With this guy that you could draft. To me, if I'm
Okay.
the Eagles, their defensive line, they're getting kind of old.
So is the
Fletcher
offensive line.
Cox and them,
That was my argument.
and
See,
and I like what
Why would
I
you
know
draft?
what you're saying, Jose, but the think that this defensive class is so heavy.
okay, but
This
let me ask you
defensive,
this: Do
I'm fine
you
with either line. I'm saying
do
keep the
you
pick.
think
yeah,
that the Eagles can make it back next year? It's not a guarantee, correct?
no,
Right.
I think
But
they're in a tougher away. I think because
because they have
their
the easiest schedule
division,
right now.
And but again, that's
And
my
next year will be
point.
tougher.
Why not take advantage of
yeah,
it? You're already doing really good. Now, mind you, yes, they have a quote unquote easy schedule, compared to a lot of teams. They are killing it though in both aspects, defensively and offensively. Correct? So
So
why not take advantage of going to it now?
so my argument was because I rather go for a lineman, whether defensively or offensively, primarily offensively, because one, if it's Jason Kelsey's last year, I know the Eagles do not have a good enough backup. Well, Jason Kelsey helped them get the next center, so maybe he's been helping them to get whatever. But Lane Johnson, he's riddled with injuries. He's about to be done very soon. The defense side, Fletcher Cox, Graham, they're almost done. Like I rather use that key piece, that number 9 pick. Let's say it's 9 top 10, whatever pick it is, right? I rather use it for a lineman, and especially like if you're saying Alex,
right.
this is a heavy defensive draft. I rather go for that lineman now, so I can protect my future forever. Because Kamara will be entering his 7th season. We don't know yet if he's gonna get suspended from that freaking physical altercation with that fan where him and his homies pulled the Willie McGinnis and beat the fuck out of this guy in the elevator. We don't know about that.
But-
We don't know how much of his legs it's got left. He's going to be in his late 20s, but he'll be 28 next year. He's.
I mean, I wouldn't like running backs are so hard to like. I guess make a move for because they don't running backs in the league don't play for a long time, and I'm sorry.
But that's my point.
So,
That's another one of
Very
my
good.
points right there is personally, I would rather take a veteran running back who I know is very skilled in the pass and the run offense compared to a lineman when I know that my line now, if they stay healthy, mind you, obviously, can protect my quarterback. Now, yes, next year, obviously, they need to go that route. But I'm also the type of person, me personally, that I like linemen in the later series. Because a lot of the linemen I've seen drafted in the late second, early third, 4th round, maybe even a little bit later, are fucking studs, dude. Studs. Now,
Alex,
yes,
you
already
have a list of guys who are going early this year, in the mock or the current draft.
well,
that
I
you've
have
seen?
a couple people right now for like where the Eagles are predicted to go. They're if you're gonna get an offensive line, you might as well just trade down. So I think
trade down.
I think
Exactly.
Okay.
yeah, you might want to trade down. But
So
I mean,
that's my point.
I
Why
think
not trade Saunders and a 1st-round pick for Kamara and a 2nd or 3rd-round pick? There's your
well,
trade
that's
down
what I'm
right
saying.
there.
It just depends who they want. I mean, this
Well,
receiver core is
This receiver core
is
and
also
I mean,
good.
some of the running backs are actually really good.
The best
What's
running back I
from
think
UT is
the
supposed-
best running back is from
top five.
Texas.
Yeah,
Rajon.
That dude is a
Bijan
stud.
Robinson. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying. But again, at that point, you don't need a running back, so they don't have to worry about that's what I'm getting at. You just said right now, trade down for a lineman. Okay. So why not get a stud running back now that again I think will have the momentum? He's already kind of somewhat taken it easy this year. Let's be realistic. Kamara has not put up the numbers Kamara normally puts up, correct? So he has
Right.
not
No,
been
yeah, I agree. I can agree with
he has
that.
not been the workhorse. He is not tired. And again, I think he'll be like an Odell where you get him on your team and he'll be like, shit, let's get this. Let's get this win. Let's get the ship and let's go. And he'll fucking start running, man.
I think you could use your argument too, Trey. Well, like look at McCaffrey, look at the stuff he's doing now that he's on a better team.
Yep.
I mean, it's a hit, it's a hit and miss.
Exactly. There's both sides to the coin, right? Obviously, but
Yeah.
me personally,
it's putting all your chips in.
on that Philadelphia, sideline or organization or whatever, I would pull that trigger quick. Done. I'd get him in. We're a winning team right now. We have a chance to go far. Let's do it, bro. Let's go all in. Again,
Hey, man,
next
you know what?
year, not
You know,
profitable.
if I'm the Eagles, fuck it, Josh Jacobs is available next year.
Shit, that would be. insane,
I'm
bro.
just saying, instead of Kamara, I'll just say Josh Jacobs got fresher legs.
Yeah, but again, that's next year.
I think Josh Jacobs fits in that system better.
No. I'm saying what I'm getting at is why wait till
you can't
next
trade for
year?
Kamara now.
Oh yeah, duh.
Yeah, so next year is what I'm talking about. It's next year.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess you're right. You're right in that aspect. Josh Jacobs would be a stud. You're still.
You see how he's doing with the Raiders O line. Imagine the Eagles O line with Josh Jacobs. Oh,
You're right.
How does that work when it's past trade deadline and
I mean, all this can't be done until like after like the conference championships, the new season starts or whatever. Like the agreement wise, at least.
Yeah, like they can be in talks, but I don't think they can actually sign anything until late.
Yeah, I think the stuff the trading and stuff like that doesn't happen until March, I think. But they can verbally agree to it prior. Yeah. So, but we'll see how it goes. I mean, obviously, Kamara probably does want to get the hell out of New Orleans. They don't know who their QB is.
They got too much going on. They have way too much baggage.
What pick do they have?
Who?
The Saints.
The Saints, who belongs right now to the Eagles, it's the 9th pick.
Oh, okay.
So
they ain't gonna get no QB. They need a QB.
They need to trade somebody for a pick, and maybe Kamara can do it.
But there you go. There's the Saints incentive.
But do the Eagles want it? That's what I'm saying. Do the Eagles want it?
Well, and again, maybe. I mean, Kamara is a stud, bro. I'm sorry, like
he is. I like he's an all around back. You could use him on third down. He could catch. He's actually a really underrated blocker.
Exactly.
A lot of people don't give him credit for it.
I don't think he puts anything on the line right now for the Saints. For the past, I'd even say last year he really didn't. He did good stats wise, but he didn't really care because they didn't do anything, bro. They haven't done anything since Breeze.
I mean, we'll see. We got the Texans. They have a top 3 pick. Currently, the Bears have a top 3 pick. The Seahawks have a top 3 pick.
That one is impressive. The Bears, because they're actually doing pretty decent. And to have a top 3 pick, that's crazy.
See, in defeat, they're still showing they have a future.
Yeah, that's
whereas New England, they have nothing. That's how I feel right now.
Yeah.
I don't know how you feel for Denver.
I think with the Bears situation is a little tricky because you need receivers, right? And they have a lot of money. But if you watch their games, their defense, they need a 3 technique. Bad. They up the middle, and that's why I like Jalen Carter a lot from Georgia. He reminds me a lot of like a Sue. He's just a dominant player, but man, dude, it's just so hard. That's why I'm like, man, what if it's good to trade down for a receiver? But then you'll miss out. You'll miss out on Jalen Carter.
Anderson's the one.
There's a lot of reports that he. Man, I'm telling you, I like him, but I like Jalen. I like Jalen Carter a lot better. I mean, I like what he does, man. He's a perfect 3 technique. You can fill him in the nose. Will Anderson, I saw the game when they played Texas, and it looked like, man, the crowd was in his head. He jumped off sides like 3 times in the first 2 series.
Jeez.
So Nick Saban was pretty pissed, and I was like, man, this is really the top. He was number 1 like overall supposedly, but I don't know. It's kind of tough.
Last question: What was worse, Colts choke job or Jacoby Myers fumble interception, whatever the fuck you want to call it, disaster?
Overall,
we never actually answered it. Yeah, which
the Colts. Overall, the Colts. Individually, 100%
Yeah,
Kobe Myers.
no, you know what? I'm gonna give it to the Colts because you are up 32, 30,
That's what I'm
37
saying.
points.
36
Or
3.
36, yeah, 36-3.
There is no way in hell you should freaking,
That's what I'm
especially in
saying.
the NFL.
That's for sure.
Yeah,
That's
but
yeah.
Jacoby Myers had a J.R. Smith moment.
And on top of no shit.
Oh my god.
And on top of that, though, I can't fully blame Jacoby. I do blame Jacoby like a
I
lot,
fully do blame him.
but I also blame Stevenson. Why the fuck would you pitch it back?
Why the fuck was a call to even run?
To
Why
run
didn't they just
the game
kneel
out?
it to go to overtime?
Yeah, go to kneel it and go to.
That I don't understand. So that's what I'm saying. Part of me does put a little, camera like this much, that much
See,
blame on Ramondre.
But at least when Ramondre threw it back, he had a player. It was going to the hands of.
I know, but at that point, the game
unathletic,
go to fucking overtime.
Yes,
unathletic
that's what I was
white
about to say,
man,
Jose.
unathletic white man, Mac Jones, is your only
Yeah.
option.
So bad, bro.
And the biggest man,
That was so
Chandler
funny.
Jones, who is the
Oh.
brother of the greatest MMA fighter of all time, John Jones,
That was
catches the
so
ball, former
funny,
Patriot,
bro.
former first round pick, stiffs arms and shoves him straight to the
Dude, that
ground.
was so funny though. He looked like a
Hey,
little
but-
limp noodle.
But kudos to Chandler because
For sure.
you know, because whenever the plays away from you, they always tell you stay at home, don't chase,
Yep.
stay at home just in case of reverse. And he just stood there.
He did.
He
literally
probably
stood
expected it. He probably expected his guys to tackle him, and he's like,
Mac
I'm
Jones
just
is
gonna chill here.
like,
But
go down. Oh, throw it down. Got you.
Yeah,
Watch out,
that's what I'm
Kobe.
saying, bro. Like, what are you doing? Just
That's
go
why
to
Tom.
overtime.
That's why Tom Brady left, bro, because of Jacoby.
you think Jacoby's on the team next year?
Yes. Well, I think he's a free
Unfortunately, he's a
agent.
great
He
athlete.
might be signed somewhere else. I don't know. But
Yeah, because he's a free agent, right?
yeah,
I still think it's to the Colts though. That is embarrassing.
Yeah,
man.
you're up by 30 plus points. You shouldn't lose
yeah.
unless you're
Yeah,
like a freaking freshman.
Matt Ryan's
PE
career,
football.
bro. Matt Ryan.
It dwindled so bad.
Matt Ryan is defined by his choke jobs.
Well,
It's not like he plays
I saw
defense.
something yesterday. It said that he had a Super Bowl choke, a regular season choke, an international choke, and something else. And I was like, oh my, like that's so bad, dude. I feel so bad for the guy.
No, my favorite meme was the one where he's having war flashbacks.
Oh my
When
god,
he hit the side.
it's brutal, bro. It's so sad.
All right,
Poor
guys.
guy.
Well, so we can save it a nice night, not to have a 2-hour episode, so our wives don't kill us, and
Yeah.
neither do kids. We're signing off now. Jay, Alex, you have any final words to say before we close out?
Oh hey, Alex.
Yeah.
Nah, man. I'm chilling.
I can't wait for these last couple of weeks of football, man. It should be fun. I kind of want to see Detroit, like I said, in the playoffs. Hopefully, we get to see that.
After the Week 18 season, the regular season's done, I want to have the end of the year awards for us.
I hate
Trey,
football. Fuck you.
It'll be Trey's first one with us to do it.
I hate you.
So he's gonna have the fun categories of like boxing and MMA to look up at and other shit to do. It's gonna be so confused.
It was hard.
I lost
That was
two
so hard.
leagues, bro. I'm done.
I'm not a big MMA guy, and that's really tough for me.
Hey man, MMA's
I don't really
fun.
watch
All
it.
right, if you think soccer's rigged, so is MMA. No, I'm kidding. But that's all I got for tonight, guys. Want to wish everybody, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Boxing Day, whatever you celebrate. Stay safe, have fun with your family, have fun with your loved ones. Alex,
Stay
Trey,
Stay warm. Exactly. I was just about
stay
to say.
warm, man, bro. Freezing times. We're gonna have a lot of fun in 2023. Don't know if we'll do an episode next week because I know Trey might not actually make it because I know work at the end of the month is a little rough on him. But we'll see what we can do.
I'm always
Hopefully
not
have
for get
James.
down, though, bro. Always not for get down.
Hopefully we can get James and Art back in here. I know they have a baby and work duties too, so it's tough to get everybody here at the same time.
The fans definitely seem to love him, so that's awesome.
Hey man, I love him. I love to have him here, and they love to hate Art and Marco. That's the best part too.
Art Art for 2023.
Not for president, just
Brutal, bro.
just for 20.
Yeah. Hey, Art's my guy, man. He's a Bears fan.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It sounds like we're losing you to the Cowboys a little bit.
No, I like what you're doing. I really do. It just
Yeah, everyone's been liking what they've been
I'm a
doing
big
for the last
fan.
26 years.
Maybe in 2023 we need to get a live together at least once though.
At least once. I know
It'll be fun.
Marco's been wanting to do that, but
Yeah.
it's also tough on all of us for
Oh, for sure.
schedules, kids, and all
Oh,
that.
for sure. I agree
And-
wholeheartedly.
And I'm the only one that knows where everyone lives outside James. But I'm like, bro, there's just no way we could all be together.
No, it's from what I know, it's a big range for sure.
So
I probably live the furthest, right?
you and Trey are the
I live
farthest.
far as shit.
Yeah.
But we'll be all right.
You're Pleasanton. He's pretty much Castroville.
We far.
Oh,
We far.
oh, that's not that far. I wouldn't mind driving over there.
See, I'm telling you, bro. Come on.
Say, and Trey, I wanted to ask, why the hell aren't you doing these things in your man cave, bro? Like you spruce it
I
all
thought
up.
about
it.
I thought about it, bro. I might start soon. Just
Hey,
yeah, I might start soon. It's a
All
dope little setup, bro. I'm excited. So
man, looks nice, man. Looks nice. That's all I'm saying. Like, fuck it, show it off. Show
yes,
it
sir.
That looks awesome.
It's dope,
No.
bro.
Oh, I know why, bro. You're gonna go in there at 9. It's all fucking freezing. I get why you don't.
Yeah,
want to
Pretty much right now.
I got to wear a blanket in this
Yeah,
car.
maybe like in a month or two when it gets a little bit, not as freezing.
Bro, Texas is gonna be all hot. You're gonna have the garage door open. Your neighbor's gonna be like, "Is he a podcaster?"
Yeah, right. Check it out, bro.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast on YouTube or wherever you're listening or watching. Give us a like, give us a share, comment your thoughts on the episode, whatever you got. Let us know where you'd love to talk about it. If you have anything, next time we'll probably do some extra drafts or whatever y'all recommend. Just have a good damn time. That's all we're all looking at here to do. So
Yes, sir.
follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Puro Pizza Sports. Follow us on Twitter at Pizza Sports Pod. For Trigger Che Parker, for Alex Cruz, for Marco Monreal, I am Jose Garza, guys. We are Puro Pizza Sports, and we are out.